If you're an Amazon seller that wants to launch a new product in the easiest and cheapest way possible, then you've got to keep watching this video because me and Troy with Seller.tools are going to be showing you Last Launch. Now, if you don't know what Last Launch is, basically it is a way to use the Seller Tools platform to launch a product and select up to 3 keyword phrases to rank for as people buy your product through that keyword phrase. So let's go ahead and jump off and start the video by introducing you to Troy. What's up, Troy?
Hey Ian, glad to be here. Looking forward to covering Last Launch. This is a really powerful tool in your toolkit if you are wanting to rank. If you're spending a lot of time, effort, and energy and it's just not being fruitful, this is a really straight path to ranking. And that's how I like to refer to it, kind of a really powerful tool in your toolkit. Doesn't mean the only way that you can do it. It's just a really effective, straight to the point way to launch and rank.
Yeah, definitely. And if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is Ian Smith. I run an Amazon marketing agency called Evolve Media. We run a lot of Facebook ads and build out a lot of messenger bots for different Amazon sellers around the world. So if this is something that you want to get going for your Amazon business, launch new products, run Facebook ads, build out messenger bots, get your customer email, your Amazon customer emails and things like that, then book a free consulting call with me by heading over to www.evolvemedia.agency and you can select a time that works best for you. So now let's go ahead and shift over to Troy. Troy, share your screen and show us how to go ahead and set up a Last Launch rebate campaign through the Seller Tools platform.
Yeah, sounds great, Ian. So here I have pulled up the Seller Tools dashboard. Where you're going to find Last Launch is actually right here in the navigation. If you click through to Last Launch, it's going to take you to really the Last Launch promotions dashboard. This is where you can manage any of your existing launches, whether they be drafts or those that you have completely configured. And we're going to walk through how to get one set up very fast, very simply to start ranking for some of our keywords. So I'm going to click on Schedule Launch. And what we're interested in doing for this example is launch with rebates. Now you have the option to launch with coupon codes. As the names apply, coupon codes are discounted sales if you want to offer that as part of your promotion versus rebates. These are full price buy rebates is what we encourage. Now you can run as little as 80% off if you want to add a discount plus a rebate. But the whole point from my perspective with launching is you want to get out of the way of any friction, make this process seamless and realize that ranking benefit. If ultimately your product ranks for important keywords, you get organic sales and that generates revenue. So we'll schedule our launch with rebates. Go through the Last Launch checklist, where this just ensures that we are launch ready. Important things like having your review counts in a good way, ensuring that you're tracking some of your most important keywords. So double check these pieces just to make sure that your launch is going to be optimal. Once you do that, go ahead and review, click that you've reviewed and confirmed the checklist. Then we're going to give our launch a name. So I'm just going to call this Test Launch. Give it a start date. And I'll just go ahead and pick a date out. Now you can start it as soon as the next day if you're really wanting to be aggressive and move quickly. And then our launch duration. Again, this will start on the day of our launch date. So I'll just set it for just a handful of days for example purposes. Now you can go as many as 30 days in one launch and as little as 1 day, but I'll go ahead and just pick 3 days for our example. Then we're going to find our product. This will be available in our product manager right in Seller Tools. So I'm going to add in my ASIN for the product I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and select it and then add in any other relevant details. You can again see from me selecting the product, it's going to autofill it here. I can update the title if I want to shorten it up. Again, these may be customers that have never seen my product before, completely new to it. So you may want to tighten it up a little bit, make it very clear exactly what it is, get away a little bit from your optimized title. And same goes for description. This is just a chance to convey what value, what product this customer can expect and type of customer experience that you're delivering. For seller name, we'll just go ahead and add in my seller name. Again, you can add in your brand name there. Scroll down here. It's going to autofill our retail price and then our price after rebate. So again, what I encourage is think about removing any friction at all. If somebody's getting a full rebate, it's an exceptional offer that we want to facilitate so we get those sales velocity at the keywords that we're going to configure in the next step. So go ahead and click next. And now we're ready to add in our keywords. Now, Ian, this is where you want to have done your keyword research, maybe you have run an R2A, seen what keywords you have some opportunities for, and then add them here when it comes time to launch. So let's say just for my product's sake, I'm going to add in 2 keywords. Keep in mind, again, for any one launch, we can add up to as many as 3. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And then what we do after we've selected our keywords is how many units per day that we want to have rebated. Now, again, keep in mind our start date, keep in mind our duration, the number of keywords, of course, that we've selected, and then how many we want to drip out on that daily basis. And again, what we continue to see being very effective is slow and steady. So even though my example for my launch duration is pretty short, you may be thinking in 15, 30-day chunks. What I'll pick now for my number of units per day, so I'll go ahead and just pick 3 for each. And then we give you a breakdown so you have visibility into what the investment is going to be for your launch. We have a straightforward fee, and then of course you effectively pay for the rebate for your product. And because it's a little higher price item, your product may not be roughly $70. Your total cost may be a little bit different than that. But ultimately, we want you to have a very clear breakdown of what the investment looks like in each piece, whether it's the rebate total, the fee that's applied, the number of units that you select, and then the total cost, but all visible right there. So once we click next, it's going to give us our final breakdown and confirmation of the investment into this launch. You can see already, even with my explanation, and this is a very quick process. This is why this is such an effective tool in your toolkit. If you're evaluating what you're doing day in and day out, and you're seeing that you're not ranking for your most important keywords, this absolutely has to be in conversation for you as an option, as something that maybe does make sense. So it has this breakdown of price. We have the confirmation steps here again. One thing to keep in mind is what's really cool, again, as sellers ourselves, we've thought about this, of any chance that we have let's say we have a super niche product and we're trying to launch a heavy amount of units. There may be some unclaims in that rebate launch. And what we do is we take any unclaims, whether it's the rebate or the fee, and that goes back to your Seller Tools wallet. So you always have a net gain. You're always moving units against a keyword. That's what these customers are buying your product through, and realizing a ranking benefit. So one thing to keep in mind, it's always a net positive when you're running a launch. And then one other thing I'll note is you can also use your Seller Tools wallet funds. So if you're running mini chat, you're running other promotions, and you are doing a great job of managing your wallet funds, this is a great way of tapping into those funds as needed. You can do it selectively, where if you want to pay some part credit card, some part funds, you can do that. But it really allows you to customize how best you want to invest in a launch.
So if this was not a test and he was actually launching this live, then to go ahead and push, I think it was like 18 total rebates. Was it? So it was 6 per day over 3 days. So 18. So you'd be paying $13.50 total. And then let's just say that over those 3 days, only 10 actually got purchased and used. So then you would have 8 left. Well, that amount would actually be refunded back to you after that 3-day period. So you don't have to worry about, just wasting money if rebates don't actually get claimed. That money will go back to you, right, Troy?
Right. Yeah, and not to add any sticker shock here, just a reminder, we picked a $70 $70 product. So you're probably seeing, I'm giving you the most extreme case here. So let's imagine that your product is, let's say it's $20. You're looking at in the ballpark of a third, a fourth of the cost here, effectively, in terms of your investment. So, but this gives you an idea, and that is an important point too, of how those unclaims show up. And like I said, you can use this extreme example and think, oh man, that's probably going to be about half as much for me, maybe a third as much, based on your product price, the launch schedule that makes the most sense for you to run. And that would be the only other takeaway I would say as well. We have a number of folks who use Last Launch, and they do it on a continuous basis. They're almost, and this is really intuitive, they're telling Amazon every single day, I have a steady stream of customers, I have this foundational sales volume against these keywords. And as you can bet, Amazon, and especially right now, obviously this can always change, rewards that. They see, okay, if we can expect a certain volume behind these keywords for this product, it's going to see that ranking benefit. So that sales foundation, sales velocity at the keyword level for an extended period of time is working great. So keep that in mind when you set your number of units a day, and maybe extend your duration. Maybe again, you're thinking of 2 weeks, you're thinking of a month. But it also makes it that much easier to invest, because you're not having to pay a substantial amount, because it's only 2 or 3 units a day. It's not, back in the days where we were launching hundreds of units at a time.
Yeah, and just going back to what I said when I originally opened up this video, was saying this was one of the lowest cost ways to do a rebate campaign. Like Troy was just showing you on the cost breakdown, $295 is what you're looking at paying per rebate as an actual cost. So you have the product cost, right, which you're going to be getting a portion back through your Seller Central account when they go and they buy it from you. And then you have the $295 fee. Now, if you were to compare that with the other rebate strategy that Troy and I talk about a lot on these other videos with, running a messenger bot, running Facebook ads, the Facebook ads, messenger bot, and Seller Tools also offers a messenger bot template for the whole rebate strategy. So that way is definitely going to be more expensive than a $2.95 cost per unit. So, if you want to go the more lower cost route, this is definitely a great option for you. But with the lower cost, there are a couple downsides. Like, you're not going to be getting those customers' email addresses. You're not going to be getting them as messenger bot subscribers. So, and you're not going to be building your Facebook custom audiences. So there's definitely trade-offs, right? But for a $2.95 price per unit, it's definitely a great cost. So before we wrap up the video, Troy, do you have anything else to add in there?
Yeah, and I think in closing, I would just say, to your point, that's a great way of thinking about this being one specific tool giving a very specific outcome. And then obviously we offer really both ends of the spectrum, where you can get very complex and advanced with mini chat automation strategies. And that's the beauty, is that you can use both. You can use them in tandem strategically and never have a reliance. And really, this is a great opportunity to look at your day-to-day, look at, am I ranking for my most important keywords? And that's where these tools become an obvious focal point for you. So really excited to share just how easy this is to set up as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So hope you guys got some value from this video. If you did, click that thumbs up button. Again, you can sign up for Seller Tools, get a 14-day free trial. Head over to seller.tools. If you want to use a promo code, save 10%, you can use, I think, my name, Ian, I-A-N, just to save a couple bucks. But yeah, I definitely recommend giving Seller Tools a try. 14-day free trial. Why not? So yeah, thanks again for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.